This episode of the Party Loaded podcast is proudly sponsored by Audible.com. Check out their awesome catalogue of audiobooks with over 180,000 titles to choose from. And be sure to grab a free audiobook on us and support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/endgame.
Let's party.
Welcome back to Party Loaded. This is episode 12 for Wednesday, the 10th of February, 2016. My name's Luke and Olly, and joining me today we have, as ever, Olly.
Hello.
We have Jam.
Hello.
And we have Miss Imogen Whitehand. How you doing?
The salted
Hello,
one.
friends.
Yes, so a bird in the hand is worth what exactly?
It's lucky to be shat on by birds. That's what people tell you, right?
Yeah, you must have got real
actually.
lucky. No. So, well,
Best day ever.
Speaking of being shat on, it's probably still like 1,000,000 degrees outside. Is everyone in nice, cool environs for the recording? Not going to have any cables melting around you, that sort of thing?
I'm in a pleasant 22 degrees.
Nice. Because
And
seriously,
outside, it is currently... We're recording at 8:30, and it is 31 degrees outside.
what the
It's
shit?
too hot.
That's 8:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Perth. Nice.
Welcome to the surface of the sun.
That's it. Yeah, it has been a week like that. But good time to be inside playing video games. So this show, of course, is all about video games. We are somewhat of a video game support group for addicts, but we're the worst kind of support group because we enable the shit out of that kind of thing. So let's talk about some of the stuff that we have been playing lately in this hot week of ours. Who would like to jump in first? Any volunteers this week?
Sure. Not because I'm actually volunteering, but because I'm first on the list.
All right. Whatever works.
So I played some more Secret World because I'm really getting into that game and I quite like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm slowly catching up to the gear level of our more experienced players. So that's nice. I don't feel like a complete scrub lord anymore.
I'm pretty sure you've
But-
passed me.
Well, that character of yours anyway. You don't have higher level characters stashed away?
Not by much, though.
Okay, well then, I guess. That's because you're playing other games.
I know.
I've also played some GTA Online with these cool people. Notice that doesn't include Luke because he's not a cool person. So we tried some little Top Gear challenges out, which was quite fun. What else did
Fun,
we do?
inverted commas.
It was
Yes,
great.
that's because you don't have ears apparently that work.
I'll
Explain,
that
explain.
later. Yeah, no, I'll explain that later.
Oh.
Imogen once again had a very good game session.
It's been a great week.
Yeah, you really set the trend. It's good. It's good. I've also played a game called Calendula because this was recommended to me by a friend, and so I tried it out, and it's very, very odd. So, as a sort of crappy explanation, it's essentially a game. It's a meta game, so it's a game that's self-aware that it is a game, and it's semi-psychological horror-ish, and it's a game that's stopping you playing it, and so you have to solve puzzles through its like user interface menu to try and actually load the game, and it gives you little snippets here and there and whatnot. And it's almost Kubrick-esque, like Stanley Kubrick-esque, in that it doesn't explain anything. It just goes, have random imagery, and you're like, yes, there is meaning here. I don't know what it is. So that was an
It
interesting
looks
one
very
to play.
bizarre.
It is very bizarre. I do recommend it. It's on the Steam store for not very much. So I liked it. I was a fan.
So it's not a game that tries to be too clever for its own good. It's actually...
No, it's no Undertale. It's no Undertale.
Okay, cool. That actually was where I was going with that, so good pickup.
Yeah. Though that being said, some people are like, oh, this is a dumb game. Doesn't make sense. And, look, it's not for everyone. That's fair. And then I've tried a little game that came out not that long ago called XCOM the second. Well, it's not the second. It's XCOM 2. But it's the second XCOM game of the reboot.
Yeah. Technically, it's like the 7th or something, but yeah, we'll get into that.
It's up there, but we don't talk about the 5th one, I don't think.
Yep. Nice. And so how many hours have you sunk into the combing of the X's?
About 6-ish.
Okay, nice.
I'll say 6-ish. Let's go with that. Why not?
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
yeah, it's been good fun, and then very excited because I get a new PC. Yay!
So what are you actually ordering PC-wise? I saw the list before, but like just in summary, what kind of...
Hold on, I need to get out the thing because I don't remember it.
Without getting
So
all like nerdy technical spec sort
So
of crazy.
I'm getting a 8 megabyte 4 gigahertz i7 processor. I'm getting a GTX 970 graphics card, a nice 1 terabyte SSD in there, 32 gigabytes of 2400 megahertz RAM, just good stuff. A nice BenQ monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So just nice stuff, really, just good stuff. And there's room in there for a second graphics card if I need it. But hopefully I won't.
Just in case for the
Yeah, you never
extra
know.
bits and bytes. Yeah.
It's a giant case apparently as well, so I picked a good.
Could be a
lots of
good
bands and stuff.
good baseline machine for VR potentially if you decide to go down that way.
Easily.
Yep.
Easily.
Nice. All right. So, Jam, what about you? What's on the list this week?
Well, some Secret World. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Ollie, were you on when we did that rather large investigation mission in Egypt?
The one where Justin got really frustrated? Yes.
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 Which was frustrating me. I was trying to stay patient. Oh, it was amazing.
I only heard a little bit about this.
happened?
Give us some details. I'm curious.
Jamie,
So
do you want to take this one?
Yeah, well, you feel free to add because I forget details quite quickly. But the quest essentially requires you to play through 4 or 5 text-based games within the game.
Oh, like multi-user dungeon kind of
Yes,
game.
exactly. Think
Yeah.
old school muds.
And it was hilarious because certain someone couldn't be bothered
Justin.
thinking or listening or reading and wanted just the cheats and the answers. And I'm like, no.
You just wanted to be a potato.
Yes. And I wanted to use my brain and figure it out. But then it requires some very specific instructions. Like if you type in use instead of examine or
Use
take.
loaded rifle.
Oh my God, if you name the item wrong, it won't work.
Or put a
So-
space where there should be one.
I was trying to do it legitimately and getting frustrated as hell. And there's people in the background on Mumble whinging and then just talking because he's cheated and he's naffed off and he's already finished that section. And I'm just like, okay, I'm switching chats. But it was hilarious. Very clever way to chuck in this little investigation mission to lead you to a new area in the game, and quite funny. So yeah, that was good fun. I enjoyed it.
How long did
Eventually.
How long did the mission take?
Oh my God.
I think
2
nearly an hour and a
hours?
half.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it was 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
Dave
my
and I digitally
God.
high-fived each other because we were just smashing through it. We were really happy.
So yeah, that was an interesting night. I slept well, but it was good. Played some GTA. I can't even remember what we did.
The Top Gear Challenge
Top Gear
and a couple of
thing?
wacky races.
Yeah.
On the
that
topic
was
of
good
Top
fun.
Gear, this is just a weird segue. Did you guys hear that Matt LeBlanc is going to be one of the presenters on the new Top Gear?
I saw
No
an article.
way.
See, I saw that and then I immediately went, I'll just watch the other show.
Exactly. I would rather watch a GTA show than that. Actually, I'd totally watch a GTA show. They should make that. That'd be sweet.
We should make that.
Yeah, that'd be
Look,
kind of cool.
I believe that's just called
Let's
Twitch.
play Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. We played some Armello. We still haven't had
Oh my
4
God, this
people get
game.
through a full game. It's just
we did
cursed.
We're
Yesterday.
cursed.
No,
We're 100% cursed.
Oh, no, that's right. Your PC was amazing.
Yeah. My
It's the first time that you've dropped out, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
the thing was, I was doing a background download for an update, partially to see if I could fix some issues I've been having in the Witness.
Rookie error.
And it automatically started installing at the end when I was sure I selected, to wait. So it just crashed me out of the game. I was very upset because I was doing okay. Go Barnaby.
It's one of the frustrating things about Armello because it's the sort of game that it seems like, especially because it's turn-based, and sure, there is a timer on each turn, but people should be able to reconnect to that. I think that's a
Yeah.
massive game flaw that
If the AI
they
can
can't.
take over that quickly.
Yeah.
It's probably got a lot to do with resources their end. and the game is at this stage quite old, I guess, in terms. But that is it is it would be an easy fix that would make our lives a lot easier. I mean, Jam dropping out was bad, but we have another friend who his internet connection, all it would take was a tiny blip and he was gone, and we would get an hour into a game and have to restart, and then 20 minutes into the next one and have to restart. He sorted out his internet issues, but
and then this happened.
And then Jam's computer decided that big fat nope to Armello, but
it was unlucky.
But that was a good game.
Yeah, I enjoyed experiencing it vicariously through you guys, especially when my little guy went for the win. He failed, but he gave it a good shot.
I'm actually really, really glad that your character didn't win, because it would have seemed like so unfair, the fact that you weren't actually behind the wheel anymore.
What do you mean? I set him up good.
Exactly.
It's the foundations, man. You've got to get the foundations right.
Yep.
So that was good fun. I picked up Rust while it was on sale. I think it was half price. That game is so strange. And I found out that the character's physicality is generated randomly based on your Steam username.
Yeah, you can't change it, can you?
This was such an odd conversation to listen to. I'm just going to put this out there now.
Funny. Someone was like, "You've got a huge dick." What? My character is very well endowed.
Nice.
Running around with his little penis hanging out.
The greatest line was,
What is
I
this
swear
game?
it's like 4 times the size of mine.
Apparently
I'm like,
it's quite
what?
good.
Sorry,
It's
Jamie said it's
basically-
4 times the size of hers? What?
No.
Someone else said that Jamie's
Someone
was 4
else
times
said
as
that
big
my
as mine.
characters.
Right,
Yes.
because that would have been a really awkward conversation later. Anyway, go.
Yeah. It only happened to be my brother too, which is hilarious.
That's even worse. Okay.
Wow.
It's basically this little survival game. You run around. It's still in. Is it? Oh, maybe even alpha. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's been out for
Yeah,
a
it's still
while.
alpha. It's still
Yeah.
alpha.
Yeah, but you can. You start with a torch and a rock, and you're naked. And you run up to a tree, and you just smack your rock against it to get wood. And then you run up to another rock that looks interesting, and you smack it, and you get some minerals and stone. There are some animals running around that you can brutally bludgeon until you've developed better weaponry for meat and leather, that sort of thing. And then there's a crafting mechanism in it so that you can eventually build yourself some clothes and some spears, bow and arrow. And then once you can build a furnace, you can smelt metal so you can start making weaponry and
So it's
changing your little...
high-res Minecraft.
It's not even that high res, but
It seems like a cross between DayZ and Minecraft.
Yeah, it's cute and funny, but it's a persistent world. So we got to the point where we actually managed to meet up on the island after I crossed half of it on a public server, and my brother figured out how to build a little wooden house, which he then turned into a little stone house, but we didn't have the gear to lock it all up. So we went to sleep in the house, which is logging off, and then, next time he logged on, we were dead.
No.
Our things were gone. So we're going to have to correct that. But it's fun. It was cheap at the time, and I could see myself playing it now and then just for funsies.
Yeah.
I'm
Game-wise, it's
interested
very
to
similar
see... Yeah?
to Ark Evolved and Hurt World. Very similar to those two
I've
games.
heard Hurt World is good. So yeah, that was fun. A lot more of The Witness. I've played an extra maybe 10 hours in the last week.
You are streaks ahead of me now. There is not even a contest there.
And I did my Windows update to see if that would help me with my crashing problem, but then they released a patch for AMD driver crashes, and now I can play it in the full high graphic detail. Oh, it's just beautiful.
Oh, so it has fixed
So
it
it
for you.
wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't
It was
just
a
my
witness
computer.
issue? Okay.
Yeah, it was. Particularly, specifically for AMD drivers, it looks like. And
Interesting.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. I have done a lot, and I'm up to just a couple of puzzles that have absolutely stumped me so far. So my progress in vague referencey terms, I've got 10 beams.
And that's 10 out of 11, I believe, isn't it?
I think. I know
Yeah.
there's at least one more. I'm stuck on a vertical pillar problem, not one of the black pillars, that I'm convinced is impossible. Oh my God. And in the little theatre room, I've unlocked 4 out of 6.
Okay, I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I know where the 5th is too. Again, the puzzle.
So the theatre room you're talking about is near the windmill, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So I'll go to ask you, and this is again going to be a little vague unless people have experienced the game, but what is your favourite area so far?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I could pick one. Honestly, it's the complex ones that rely on a number of mechanics and rules that you've learnt throughout the island. I really enjoyed the treehousey area.
Yeah, a few people have said that one.
Yeah, but that's probably because that's one of the most recent ones I completed.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, the beautiful pagoda-style one.
Yep.
The first time I went there, I went, and left because I had so much to see. And when I went back and figured it out, that was very satisfying. Well, the whole game's satisfying. It's so originally, I mean, all you're doing is drawing a little line through these crossing lines. Like, I mean, it sounds so simple and they all, at a glance, look like the same thing. But, there's so much complexity just by adding a couple of symbols or colours. It's
so not the same thing.
And then the way they work the level into the puzzles to increase the difficulty without telling you. You gotta really think outside the box and put your mind to things. Because, you can be looking at one and go, you're giving me nothing. I have no idea why aren't you giving me any information. And then you spend a little more time, just moving around or paying attention and you realise, oh, I've got to use all this and that thing. And, it's just beautiful. Can't wait to, I don't know if I want to finish it. I have no idea how close I would be to finishing it, but I'm 19 hours in.
Apparently you can finish it when you've only got 7 of the beams of light, so you probably can do it now. You just... Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Once you've got 7, you've got access to this new area, which I did as soon as I had 7, and that's where the vertical pillar that I was talking about is. Yeah. Which I think is towards the end. And I don't know how long I spent, maybe 20 minutes trying to figure out this one after getting through a series of others quite quickly, and I have to revisit it when I'm a little more calm. So it is entirely possible that I could still finish this game before you. That's good to know. No, it won't happen, man. It will not. No, probably not. But it'll have to be a time-based victory. You'll have to beat it in a shorter time frame than me because I'm going to be playing this game quite a bit. Well, until it's done. It's just fantastic. I'm so happy. Cool. And then the last one I played in the last week, I got home from work. Was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. And I sat down on my couch and I got a message from my brother and he's like, have you heard about this little game called Unravel? It's the most Jamie-ish game I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, that comes out this week. So I jumped online and all excited, looked it up, found out that it was unlocking on Tuesday at midnight in the AM in Australian Eastern Standard Time, which meant 9 p.m. my time. So an hour and a half before it was unlocking, I realised that it was about to unlock, downloaded it and had it ready. And then I was sitting there all excited like an idiot, texting my brother, who ended up coming over. And we were sitting there like we did when we were kids, playing this single-player gorgeous little game, taking turns when one of us died or finished a level, just handing the controller back and forth. Oh, it's so cute. I think you missed an important part of the story, though. What part of the story? Well, you missed the part where, like, the time taken to purchase and download and install the game was actually significantly less than lining up at PAX to play it. I know, and I didn't even play it. We spent, was it like an hour and 40 minutes or something? In that line? No, I remember it being under an hour. But that was only because we lined up for it because we were going to a panel soon afterwards. We were like, we've got an hour, we can line up, and if it's 20 minutes was how long we thought it would ever take to get there. And I think it would have been about 50 or so minutes. And we had to leave straight away and go to the panel. We didn't really have a choice. So, it was a very long time. I was very happy to get to play it finally after all that time. It's so adorable.
The graphics are so cute. You're this little red yarn toy. And,
I can't wait.
And you just start just walking around this house, this old house. And you're looking around thinking, okay, because the game doesn't tell you much. Like, it gives you basic navigational instructions, but there's no dialogue, and it doesn't tell you what's going on. So I'm walking around and I see these picture frames, and I walk in front of one and a title pops up, and I realise that's how you get into the levels. So I click on one that's a backyard, and I'm transported to the start of this backyard level where there's lawn and toys strewn through the grass, and all you're doing is you're just walking along as this little yarn toy, but he's snagged his yarn at some point and it's unraveling behind him. And you can use that. You can also use the loose yarn that he has at the end of his arm to lasso things. So that's one of the mechanisms for you to navigate the levels, and it's just so cute because you jump. Oh, I can't make that jump, so you've got to find something that you can swing your string up to hook onto to pull yourself up, but you run out of yarn if you keep unraveling, so you've got to keep finding top-ups. And I thought it would be just, this pretty adorable little game, but it gets tricky. And I was tired, and my brain just did not want to figure stuff out, because you come across obstacles that you have to very cleverly manipulate to get past, and I've hardly even played the game. I think I've played 2 to 3 levels now.
So can I just ask a question about what you just described? So you mentioned that you've got the yarn that actually unravels as you move.
Yep.
And you can get top-ups and things like that. So does your body in the game actually function as both your resource pool and your life in like a visual sense? So you're physically getting smaller as all this is going on?
You get smaller. You get scrawnier and scrawnier.
That is
eventually,
a really cool
he
mechanic.
becomes like a piece of string.
That's
he
awesome.
just becomes
When he gets to the
really
end, when we
tiny.
saw the demo, when he gets all the way to the end of his string, he tugs on it like, no, I want more.
You get a couple of knots spool out
heartbreaking.
behind you before it actually finishes. And those knots mean, that's it. It's so adorable.
That is really cool sounding. I'd like
so glad this game is actually good, because I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, oh, please don't be terrible. Please be a good game.
I've played 2 to 3 levels, but it's just beautiful.
Would you say it's more of a puzzle
stunning.
or a platformer?
Both.
Yeah.
It's getting, as I progress, it's getting a bit trickier.
It's not intense in terms of like speed and fighting enemies and things like that. No,
it's just more about overcoming the environmental obstacles.
Okay.
But then still, it's, early days. I don't know what it's going to turn into, but I'm enjoying it. Oh, I'm going to play it some more. It's so cute.
Is there a strong story element at all, or is it just sort of like, here's the thing, you're a yarn person, off you go?
Not really, but I don't want to say anything because...
She doesn't want to spoil the good yarn.
Oh, God.
Nope.
I don't want to ruin the
Jamie?
experience. I think it is just, it's an experience. There are some things that are happening as I go along, and I'm not sure of their significance or how they might play out in the end, or if they're just like, oh, kind of moment. So, but yeah, no dialogue. There's no written story or no audible story. It's just what you make of the things that you see. Yeah.
Sounds really intriguing. I love the mechanic you just described, though, with the way that the guys resource.
It's so clever because you can knot it too. Like you'll lasso something, and then you'll haul yourself up your own string, and then you'll knot it, and then you'll lasso something else, swing across, and then you'll knot that so that you can make a little bridge of yarn or use it as like a trampoline. Oh, it's so clever.
It's the thing that appeals to me the most isn't so much the puzzle element. It's just like literally that in order to move around the game, if you use too much of that resource, you quite literally lose the will to live. So that's awesome.
That's no.
I'm not even engaging.
Don't you cheapen this game.
Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Move on.
He just died.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So that was my week. Let's skip Luke. How about you, Imogen?
Imogen,
Good
how
choice.
about
Good
you?
options. Yeah, it was great.
Luke's not a real person anymore.
You didn't expect that I was going to be able to get through that entire segment and not make some wool jokes. Come on.
I hoped. Why can't you let me have my hope?
Yeah, go on, Imogen.
No, you go first. That's all right.
All right. Well, I'll segue off the stuff that Jamie and I kind of shared on our list. So I played a little bit of The Witness. I'm still really enjoying it. Awesome game. But I got to a point during the week where I was a little bit brained out, and I was just like, I really want to play a game where I get to kill some shit. It's as simple as that.
So you played The Witness?
Yeah, no. So I actually, at that point, I loaded up Crypt of the Necrodancer, and because we'd only just finished sort of reviewing it last episode, and I definitely felt like I wasn't done with the game yet, and wanted to bop along to some cool tunes and get a bit of rhythm going, which is the complete opposite style game that The Witness is. So I've been having a really good time with that. I've progressed a fair bit further and gotten into the next zone. I got through the bit that you guys were talking about with the chess challenge boss fight.
He's cool.
Yeah. That was really awesome, actually. And I've fought the heavy metal one as well.
I never saw him.
Oh, awesome. Really, really good. It's like a Grim Reaper sort of wizard character that basically fires out, was it spirits? I think it was spirits or wraiths or something. But it moves, because of the pace of the metal track on that particular boss fight, it moves really fast. Like the beats per minute goes up considerably. So, which I actually found, even though that's a mechanic that's designed to make the battle harder, I actually found that made it easier because I was able to play it a little bit more like a regular sort of platformer boss fight where you're not kind of slowing down to fit with the beat. You're literally going at the speed you would normally go. So, it was interesting. Really, really enjoying that. So probably the other big thing during the week was Armello. So I finally, after putting that off for a little while, managed to purchase that one on sale and got through the tutorial and managed to get a full game in as Jan was mentioning, sort of against her and Imogen and Ari, who's another friend of ours. And Dropout issue aside, that was actually my first full game, and I really enjoyed it. That was some seriously good fun. One thing that I'll sort of comment about Armello, and I know we've talked about this a bit on past episodes, but unlike a lot of other games of its type where it's kind of like a board game in a digital sense, I love the game, but I actually feel like it doesn't really leverage its format as much as it could do, if that makes sense. Like, and I'm going to... I'll compare it to Hearthstone because it's probably the easiest comparison in this nature, or any other digital card game. Well, I could compare it to other digital card games too, but because it's the one that people will understand. So Hearthstone has mechanics in it that you wouldn't see in a paper card game. You know, things like the damage tracking and some of the random effects that happen in it where it literally pulls cards out from anywhere else in the game and that sort of thing. That kind of stuff can't really exist in a physical form, or if it did, it would be really, really difficult to emulate. Armello, I find, doesn't really use any of those sorts of mechanics. Like, you could quite literally produce this game as a board game and it would lose nothing in the translation apart from the aesthetic sort of pleasing elements of the graphics and that sort of thing.
That's not a negative.
I don't think it is a negative.
I don't know, Luke, because the stealth mechanic in it would be very difficult.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. No, you are right about that. You could probably track it out on a different board, but yeah. No, okay, yeah, good call. I'll stand corrected. The stealth element's probably the big difference there.
And it's only because you haven't played a lot. I mean, Ari played the stealth character who gets a lot of bonus from it, but the character I play and you play both get a lot of bonuses from hiding at night, and not knowing where people are is a big part of the game and a big advantage. So I think that would be very difficult to emulate board game wise.
No, that's a fair call. I think there's a lot of elements in the game that you do benefit from having it automated because it certainly speeds up play and there's a lot less mucking around. So that's a really big plus as well. But the game we played was fun. I think that the king killer element of the end game gets quite tense, and you can sort of get to that point where a lot of the preparation you've done up to that point can effectively just be wasted if you get a couple of bad rolls when you go for the victory, which is a little disheartening if things don't go your way. Like I was poised to basically jump on the king and had a pretty good chance of taking him down in combat, but Ari sort of jumped in beforehand and knifed me in the back just before I was about to make the big attack. So
what he does.
It's exactly what his character was themed around. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. So yeah. But no, the game was fun. I'll definitely play some more of it. I like how the unlocks are sort of built into it as well. So you've got different sort of starting game power-ups available to you depending on which features you've unlocked through playing the different clans. So yeah, really, really fun. So back on to Hearthstone. I think I have a bit of a problem.
You think?
So
you only just realised that now?
there's shades of problem.
All right.
This is probably a whole new level. After the recent announcements, which we discussed on our last episode and talked about at length, I decided to take the step and create a second account.
Because why not?
Which I still don't understand, but anyway.
All right. Well, there's two reasons why I did it, and these are, keeping in mind these are two reasons justified in my own brain. Probably don't make sense to a lot of other people. So the first reason is because I think that one of the best ways to play the game for free is to sort of play the daily quests and the tavern brawls as they come up, because you can get free packs of cards and free gold and that sort of thing. But because I play the game like literally every day, I'm frequently finding that I just burn through them quick smart, and I'm sort of left not with nothing to do, because I can just play regular ranked games or arena, but I kind of miss not having more quests to complete. So a second account, I can be basically earning the currency at the same time and using it on a second. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to anyone else.
It doesn't make any sense because it doesn't accumulate. It doesn't add to what you've already got. So you literally created a second account just to get a buzz, which is the definition of being addicted, Luke.
The other reason...
I'm curious how long it takes for you to have a third account.
No, I won't do a third.
I think it's going to escalate very quickly.
No. The other reason is because my main account is actually a US account, and I've gotten the feeling from seeing a whole bunch of events advertised recently around Australia that a lot of the competitive scene over here, like the big events and things that you might want to attend, actually sort of region lock you to having to use the Asian servers.
You found an excuse, guys.
Yeah,
there's his
He did find an excuse.
Yeah,
He can quit any time.
I'm not 100% sure about
after
that.
his fifth account.
Yeah,
but I don't want to get stuck into a position where there's an event that I want to attend and I can't because I'm locked out of the correct region. So having a
because you want to be an
regions?
e-sport athlete.
How many regions are there?
But the other
so you're going to need a third account.
So only 3 accounts.
Just in case you're traveling.
That's reasonable.
No.
Yeah, that seems fair.
The other one's UK, so I don't think I'll ever need to worry about that one. So.
How do you know? Might do a trip to Europe, get some Hearthstone in.
All right, so see back to my earlier comments about us
you have
being
to go
enablers.
to, and there's a long flight, and if you get there, you might do a competition.
Yeah. I can quit anytime. It's okay. No, I just wanted to get a bunch of gold and unlock one of the adventures before they get discontinued. So the big goal is to sort of accumulate at least 700 gold so I can unlock the first wing of the Nax Ramus adventure, and then I'll sort of just leave it for a bit, because at least then I haven't lost something.
Just increases my confusion, because if you're trying to build up gold, you can only do that in the one account. Why would you split your energy across two? It makes no sense, Luke.
Because he wants to play a limited adventure more than once because he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm understanding?
You can play them again.
Yeah, I can go back and play them again. But
okay, now it makes no sense. I thought you were only playing it once, maybe.
We saw you on Saturday night, and I sat down. I was like, "Explain it to me," because I understand Hearthstone. Explain to me why you got the second account. And you said all of these words. I went, "Don't get it. I do not understand. It makes zero sense."
So it makes sense, because if I want to have the cards in Nax Ramus available to me in the second account, the only way I'll be able to get them after the adventure is discontinued with the format changes coming in is if I craft the cards separately, and it's a lot easier to just do the adventure and get them that way than it is to...
Long story
you created
short,
a second account so that you would make sure that you had those cards in your second account.
It makes complete sense because I like Hearthstone and shut up your face. That's why.
The long story is he made a second account so he can potentially play maybe in some events that might region lock him.
Oh, I don't friggin' know. All right.
I can't wait till your children discover this.
It's making less sense in my own mind as we talk. I'm going to stop talking about this now because I'm starting to regret my actions.
I bet you are.
Not really. No, it's still fun. Actually, one thing I have actually enjoyed is going back through the experience from the beginner's point of view again. And this will make it a bit easier to talk about at a future time when I actually want to explain what it's like for new people getting into the game, because going through after it's been a while, sort of doing that now and seeing how the new player experience sort of folds out. I'm actually firmly convinced.
You want to take more time to talk about Hearthstone?
I'm firmly convinced that the new player experience is as good as ever. I think they've done a really, really good job on it. So,
oh dear.
So,
yes.
and XCOM 2, which we'll talk about soon. All right, I'm done.
All right.
love
So
that.
maybe we should have skipped Luke.
XCOM 2.
XCOM's been like fantastic fun. I've spent a heap of hours in that game, and it warrants a more detailed discussion, which we will get to shortly. So, Imogen, over to you.
All right. So this week, I feel like I have to explain at this point because I feel like it's been 3 podcasts now where I said I haven't had a lot of time for gaming. I am studying at the moment. So that's why I don't have a lot of time for gaming, because every time I sit down at my computer, I go, really should invest in my future and not play a game.
Have the guilt.
Yeah, there's a lot of guilt. So, but I did actually
You know how you could invest in your future?
Sorry?
You know how you could invest in your future? Earn gold at twice the rate. That's how you can invest in your
She's
future.
not a Chinese gold farmer, Luke. It's not WoW. Although she does play WoW. So be a gold farmer, Imogen.
Imogen, how many WoW characters have you got on different servers?
I have 9 spread across 5 servers.
I rest my case. Thank you very
On
much.
one account, right? One account.
Yeah, on one account. It's one account. And the reason they are so many is because one of the characters is an alliance character, because I wanted to see what it was like to be a filthy, filthy alliance character. And the rest are because of people who I was in a guild with had alternate characters on other servers. So in WoW, what used to be difficult to transfer your character across servers. So there is a valid reason, and it all makes sense. None of which is related to your second Hearthstone account, which makes zero sense.
All I'm saying is glass houses, stones, motherfuckers. Go.
I just think you're
My
both as bad
glass
as each
house
other.
is toughened glass compared to
Both
your
as bad.
flimsy, crappy
second the high
homemade
road.
glass house.
Yep. I'm going to be over here with my single-player games. Yeah.
So I did get in some time. And big news, guys. This week I finished a game.
Hey!
Wow.
I call bullshit.
Really? I finished a game called 3/4 Home.
So you haven't finished it. You're only 3/4 the way through.
Luke.
Fuck you.
You do not live far from me. I will drive there and I will punch you.
I'm not worried because you
They're just
probably
a
only
watch.
get 3/4 of the way here. So
All right. Okay. So I played a game
Moving
called
on.
3/4 Home on Xbox One, which is, I can't remember how I came across it. I must have bought it on Xbox, or it was free, or I don't know for what reason it disappeared. I think I spent a day when I set up my Xbox waiting for Halo to download forever and ever and ever, and just went through the store and picked out a couple of things that I thought were a bit random, and 3/4 Home was one of those. So it's a narrative storytelling game. You are playing the role of a character who is driving home through Nebraska. And you are basically just having a phone conversation with her family with very little background information. And then stuff happens. It's through a storm, and so a lot of the conversation is about you shouldn't be driving and why are you driving, and then you start getting more and more information about the relationship, and you can choose to sort of be really blunt with your mum or your dad, and you end up speaking to your brother or not. And then in the end, it has quite an ending which I can't spoil, and then there's an epilogue after that which you can play. Overall, I'm going to say it was weird, but good. The art style is very pretty. You're in the rain, driving through the cornfields, and the only things that you use the controller for are to control your car. So to drive your car forward, turn your lights on and off, you can turn the radio on and off, and beep your horn, and that's about it. And in the epilogue, you are waiting for a bus. And that's it. Jamie, when you guys were over here, played a little bit with me. We couldn't quite figure out. And I think what happened, Jamie, is I hadn't got the button combo of like bringing up the next part of the conversation right. So we just got stuck on one particular piece for a really long time.
It was just raining a lot.
So it's sort of like a multiple choice dialogue tree kind of game, is that?
Yeah. It's wholly narrative. There is little, and I guess the replay value would be good in that you could see how different you could make it, but the conversations are quite long and quite winding, and I did make a couple of different choices when Jamie was here that time, and it didn't seem, it sort of felt like at a certain point you would always get to a point, and a lot of it's to do with where are you now, and you'll see different landmarks and things like that. But it's very involved, and you have to do a lot of sort of interpreting the background. It's had some really mixed reviews. Like, it had some really great reviews on Steam and Metacritic, and then other people are saying that it has zero replay value and they definitely wouldn't play it again. So it's I'm going to put it in the Undertale category, in that it's just weird enough to sort of capture an audience because it's different, maybe. But it made me feel accomplished because I completed a game. But I kind of finished it, and then I messaged you guys and went, I do not know what I just did with an hour of my life.
I was about to ask how long it was. There we go.
Yeah, I think I spent about an hour and a half playing it. I think it's a bit difficult. I haven't figured out on Xbox how to see how long I've been playing games and things yet on my dashboard. But yeah, interesting.
It's quite short, all things considered.
Pictures. It's a very interesting art style.
Yeah, and so that's why I picked it, because it looked really pretty, which, just speaks volumes. But yeah, if you're looking for you want something to think about a little bit, then it's definitely a game that I would recommend. And I don't think it's very expensive. And like I said, I think it must have been free, or I don't know how I ended up with it. But yeah, good. Recommend. I played some of the Secret World. Jamie jumped on a lower level character and helped me out. And I'm going to be super honest and say that it's still not quite grabbing me. And I don't know if it's because I have, the other priorities around study and everything, but it wasn't. When we played it, I said to Jamie, I really want to play it because I want to get up to your guys' level so that we can do raids and things like that, which is stuff that I enjoy doing. But at the moment, I'm just following around. I'm not really sure what's going on. Everyone was doing really different things, and it was a lot. And I don't know, I enjoy that type of game, but maybe I'm not into the theme of it. Because for me, that whole Lovecraftian type stuff is not my traditional genre of game. So I'll keep giving it a go. And I saw some people saying today that we need to work on getting Imogen and Luke up to a level so that we can raid. And so that's going to be some
I think you shouldn't worry about that and have a go at playing on your own. I think when you have a chance to figure out the mechanics, how you like to play your player, because it's so easy to change your build, to change the style of play, and get comfortable playing it on your own rather than just following the people who know what they're doing to quickly grab some XP. It'll be telling. It'll let you know if you're truly going to enjoy it or not.
I completely sympathise with you at the moment, Imogen. I'm in a very similar kind of boat, but I think the difference between the two of us is that maybe I've sort of connected with the game a bit more. I recognise that it's really cool and I like it a lot, but the reason why I'm not playing it is just due to the opportunity cost of the other games that I'd rather be playing in its place right now.
Yeah, and maybe that's it to an extent as well. I've been really enjoying some other games, which I'll get into, but I think Jamie's right. I think I need to spend some time. And I do get really frustrated really easy, especially in big groups. If someone's like, do this, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. Okay, that didn't do anything. Why is that not doing anything? And then someone else tells me I need to be over here and do that. And I was like, wait, okay, one person tell me where I need to be and what I'm doing, and then I'll do it. But if 7 people tell me to do 7 different things, I'm going to start getting really annoyed.
So I will echo what Jamie said. Play it and the game is solid enough to be able to solo play. The investigations are completely fine to solo. The game is you can almost do it as an optional MMO if you wanted to. You could play this as a single player game.
Yeah, and I played a little bit before Jam jumped on and by myself, and did sort of enjoy sort of running around and things. And so more time needs to be spent in that, but at the moment I'm still a little bit cautious about spending a lot of time in it. We played Armello, which I won. Humble brag.
Lucked out in the final act, but
I don't know about luck, Luke. I think the more you play, the more you'll realise that the way Jamie and I tend to play is you always have to have a backup.
Yep.
And that usually has to do with having a large prestige, and you need to be very careful because prestige can win you the game, I would say 70% of the time. Yeah, by default.
I'm aware,
I was so
because
close.
I basically gave away my prestige lead by choosing one wrong option with the king's favour. So I'm aware of how important it is and how much I've fucking shut the bed.
So I had 2 ways. So by the time I was approaching the castle, I had 2 ways to win. And at the moment, that tends to be where I'm at in terms of that's when I'm comfortable to approach the king, is if I feel like I've got enough fight or enough prestige, or in this case, I had soul stones. So, spirit stones, soul stones. So Armello, great, huge replay value, enjoying it greatly, looking forward to playing more of that. And we spend so much time talking about it. So GTA. Oh my God. Okay, so we jumped into GTA and I was super excited because all of these guys had jumped in and played when I was busy doing other stuff during the week. And then the call went out on, I think it was Sunday or something. It's like, let's jump on GTA and give it a go. And Ollie's like, let's try this. We did this Top Gear challenge. So you have, what is it, $30,000 or $50,000 to buy. Now, I'm going to tell what I heard, and then we will talk about how I fucked up.
It is also what I heard. I heard you have, and this is all over Mumble for everybody who's listening. So I don't know. Someone could have talked over someone. I don't know. $50,000 to purchase a vehicle, and then you can do it up as much as you want. So you've got that $50,000. So if you want to spend $50,000 outright on a car and then not do any mods to it, great. If you want to spend, I don't know, $1 on a car and spend the rest on upgrades, you can. And then you do a drag race through the storm drains, and then you do so it's a street race and an overland race. So that's the only things that you get to know, and then you go off and you buy your vehicles and you do everything you need to do. So I had great fun. And for me in GTA, I am crap at most things, but riding on a motorcycle is something that I have nailed. So I was like, right, I instantly know what I want to buy. I'll buy that. I'll do all my top upgrades. I'm not a very high level, so I was locked out of a lot of turbo boosts and things, but I felt for sure I was fairly confident. I pull out and I'm like, well, I'm ready. And I only spent, I ended up spending, I think, $45 over the $50,000 mark on this bike. I get out, and then Ari, who we were playing with, starts laughing, and he said, except we said no motorcycles. And I went, what? When did we say no motorcycles? So I've just spent and now own a $50,000 pink motorcycle, which is almost an exact replica of one that I already own, and I did not get to play. So I was pretty angry at that point, especially since it took us so long just to lose our wanted levels to start the bloody challenge to begin with, and then my original bike got impounded, and then I thought that then it got crushed. We went all the way to find it, and it got crushed. And then when I came back and bought the car, my other personal vehicle was too close, and oh my God, it was involved. So when I pulled out, I was like, yes, I've nailed it. I am super excited with my choice. And then to be told that I have missed a critical instruction, which was no motorcycles. So
it's because Top Gear does so many motorcycles.
Yeah. So I think next time I will be double checking, and I look forward to doing that again. But at the time, everyone was like, well, just go and do one now. I'm like, no, I'm too angry.
The ship has sailed.
I can't do this. The ship has sailed. I'm going to blow you all up. And so I sat in the passenger seat of Ari's car while we did it. And to be honest, it was more fun doing that because through the what's that called? It's not called storm drains. What are they called? The weather races.
The spillway.
Spillway, thank you. Racing through the spillway was, just a straight race, and Ari traipsed everybody, which was awesome. And then the overland race, I checked my phone and looked back up, and we are rolling down a massive mountain, and then we get stuck in this massive crater, and you two have already finished the race by this stage, and we're just like,
but I will come
we got
out.
it. It's just a little bit stuck.
We just piled into this little
stacks
crevice.
On, explosion, like just classic GTA, and I felt a little bit better, and then I looked off feeling happy with myself and not like I wanted to kill small animals.
Which is worrying because you own small animals.
Aww.
Yeah, so that was fun. And the other thing that I've played this week is A Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is amazing. I love this game. I am right back in nostalgia land. It is. I haven't played, I will say, many iterations of the Croft franchise, but I have extensive experience with Lara on PS1 and PS2, early PS2 Lara, and that game for me and her as a character and her family and all of that, and her digital self has been a big part of my gaming. So the new iteration, oh my gosh, can I just say Hair Goals 2016, some amazing hair animation on Lara. It is an absolutely stunning game. The way that the game deals with light, the way that the game plays on light. So you're a Tomb Raider, so you have to discover things, you're looking for things, and light is critical to seeing some of those things. And whenever she's in a dark area, she'll pop a glow stick, but the glow sticks will have a sort of a time that they last, and so they'll start to go dim, and then you'll see her like shake her head and shake it and then crack another one, and so you can miss something if you're running through something at that time. It's fascinating. The style of the game is a very active cutscene. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of quick time events.
Yeah, it's a lot of quick time events to the point where you don't know. It did get to the point towards the end of my last session of playing where I was still, even in quick time events, I was using the controller because I wasn't sure when I was going to have to be taking over. And oh my goodness, did Lara die multiple times.
Mm-hmm. And they're grisly deaths too, aren't they?
Oh, and the noises she makes are horrific. I impaled her on this piece of wood, and I wanted to take a photo of that. That was bad. I impaled her via the eye socket into wood, which was, a great achievement. The very start of the game is starts off on this sort of icy mountain climb, and very, very quickly it throws you into a life and death situation. This isn't a run along and here, jump over this log. Wow, look, you've learned to jump. Congratulations. Next step, this is how you climb. None of that. Here, this is an avalanche. Run away from it. Climb up these ice cliffs. Make this super difficult swing. Hope you don't die. Oh, you died 20 times? My bad. It is Tomb Raider all over, and instantly was transported back to many hours of listening to Lara drown, die, be eaten by tigers, eaten by sharks, all of those things. So really, really clever. They've got a great mechanic in it, which is I think it's called survival mode. I could be wrong.
Is that the site where you can see everything that you can interact with in a room? Yeah.
So you don't really see everything you can interact with necessarily, but you will see your next step because it is very puzzle-based in a way, in terms of you have to figure out your environment and manipulate it to get to certain things, and she can climb on some things and some things not. So you start to learn what that looks like. So we challenged ourselves in terms of the Royal Week with me to try and not press that button, but it does prompt you quite a lot to do it. So I get a feeling like maybe earlier on in the game I feel like I don't need it, but I think later in the game it's going to be fairly critical. But no, I really enjoyed the game, and will be spending much more time playing it in the future.
Nice. So you didn't play the 2013 reboot, did you?
No.
Okay. So, because some of the stuff you described sounds like features that were introduced in that, which is cool, because I think that they're all really, really good, and certainly a good difference to the older style Tomb Raider games. I'm still yet to play it, and I'm really going to be looking at it from the lens of what's changed in the last couple of years, because I think that's going to be very interesting. And I've heard quite a bit around the travel and the maps in game being a bit more sort of intuitive as far as not being linear compared to how it was. Yeah. So the path that I'll preface this by saying that I haven't played a lot. I'm probably only quarter of the way done. Mm-hmm. But the map system you learn about later on, you can run straight past certain things because there is no need for you to be in that area. There is whole areas of levels which are just sort of extra little rooms that you might never visit, and collecting different pieces of information and ancient coins that are caches that are buried underground and things like that. So you really can be very jam about it and go and complete everything and scrounge the level for every last piece of information. I'm still in the jam stage, and I will enter the Imogen stage no doubt later on in the game when it starts getting difficult and she's died that many times that I just do not care about coins. But at the moment I'm reading everything and listening to everything, and really fascinating. I'm just going to continue to gush about it because I'm really enjoying it. And for a solo game, for me to enjoy it this much is quite rare. So, and really want to play it to the point where I am sacrificing doing other things to play it. So, big deals.
for everybody out there. Do recommend if you have not already picked it up. I've got it on Xbox One. It's available on everything.
Yeah.
So
just came out on PC like a week or so ago, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
My one hope.
It.
Yeah, my one hope for this game, and I've got no idea if they have done this or not, is that they address the one long-running problem that I've always had with the Tomb Raider series, and that's that all of the villains, like the central villains to the games each time, are completely forgettable. So I would really love for them to have like a great bad guy or bad girl in one of the games. Probably the most memorable one I've had was in Tomb Raider 2, like the original Tomb Raider 2, where you fight against the dragon at the end. That was kind of memorable, but the rest of them have been very
spoilers,
mediocre.
Yeah, well, I think the statute of
Vass.
limitations has run out on that one. That's
just maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's so
someone
far.
like Far Cry 3 Vass. He was just an extraordinary character.
Yeah, that's a great
villain.
example. I think that's an excellent example.
So much character.
The Far Cry games are almost built around the villains, and I think it would be really cool for Tomb Raider to do a little bit more of that. Like, we all know who Lara Croft is, and I know that the game is built around her coming of age at the moment with the reboot, and a lot of that sort of being the central part of the game. But I think that, having a real key antagonist would do a lot to move that franchise forward. So that's just my personal
definitely.
thought.
And I think, like I said, I haven't played very much of it, but there definitely is a central villain and a central, let's say, organization.
Okay.
And that is setting, I feel like even if that's not resolved in this game, that's sort of setting up an ongoing battle for her.
Like a Spectre kind of thing, like Bond-esque.
Yeah. So and there's obviously a main person behind all of that. So, and it ties in with her dad, and it's great. It's really good so far. The only thing that I would ever find annoying about these games, and I have ever found annoying about these games, is they are designed for Lara to die a lot. Mm-hmm. But the rezzing and the learning curve is fairly steep, but you will figure out that no, you can't jump to that ledge, or you can't just stand there and go, wow, this is really pretty, because you're going to get wiped out by a rock, or more accurately, a very large boulder. So do recommend. I think you will enjoy it, Luke.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I will. I'm a huge fan of the Tomb Raider games, and I've finished the last one very fast, actually, considering the game size. I just burned through it. I was that engrossed in it. It was great. I wouldn't be surprised if it has the same ridiculous plot device in this game, though, where you beat a whole bunch of guys early on with guns, and you can't take their guns. You have to craft your own painstakingly from scratch.
Yep.
It's like everything that they drop is freaking gene locked or something. You just can't pick it up for whatever reason. It's ridiculous.
Well, Lara is partial to the desert eagle, which is the size of her head. I
always favoured the bow and arrow anyway. The bow and arrow is the most awesome weapon. So
I haven't had bow and arrow yet. So
cool. All right, well, let's just quickly cover a few small news items before we can get on and chat about some XCOM. So. Gaming news this week, probably the big headline which we're all kind of interested in is Overwatch. The closed beta has returned with a new game mode, and they've actually started to show some of the progression items in the game. Now, have you guys read up on this? I found it really interesting, like a good window into what they're going to do when the game goes properly live.
I have not
yet. It is fascinating.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the closed beta. First thing I've got to say is, God damn it, Blizzard, where's my email?
I wanted that beta so bad. I promised Blizzard I would be the most faithful reviewer ever. I do love you, but I can be harsh.
Harsh but fair.
Harsh but fair. Let me play.
I'm getting more harsh by the day as I'm not in playing it. Oh my God, I want to get into this game so bad. Anyway, so
are they all out, or all invites out though?
Look, I don't know. I mean, the split between regions makes it a bit more interesting. Time-wise, it's supposed to be today, so I would have expected something by now. But, who knows? They did it a little differently this time, because usually with Blizzard games, you actually have a setting in your Battle.net account which you need to enable that you're interested in being a beta tester for the different games. But with Overwatch, I can't remember if they did this previously as well. They actually had a separate sign-up page in addition to that, where you can basically go and register your interest to be a beta tester. And they have been increasing the size of the pool with each sort of different wave of beta testing. And first and foremost, they go out to a lot of the sort of more well-known content creators online, so they can start generating content on Twitch and YouTube to generate interest about the game. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Some big names still get missed out in that rotation, though. Like I know that a lot of the guys on Rooster Teeth have been complaining about the fact that they hadn't gotten their invites yet. So, just sort of means that there's definitely people out there that you would expect to get access that haven't. So, sort of reduces your hope a little bit. Where can it get in?
If Gus isn't getting one, I'm not getting one. So.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. But no, I mean, good things will come to those who wait. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Even if we have to wait for open beta, it's disappointing, but it is what it is.
There won't be an open beta. It will be game.
That's true. So, stuff that they've added, I'll just sort of wrap it fairly quickly. So, they're working on a lot of competitive play related stuff. It's key that they're working really hard on the esports angle, which makes a lot of sense with a shooter. I think it's definitely the market they're going to be pushing for. But they're also looking at basically the way that the characters in-game or your accounts in-game level up as well. So it looks like they're going to be doing it as account-based leveling, similar to what they've done with Heroes of the Storm. But the difference with Overwatch compared to Heroes of the Storm is because in Heroes you can sort of play a single character each map and level those characters up individually in addition to your account. With Overwatch, because you character switch during each game, it looks like they're just going to do account-based leveling, not character-based leveling, which I think probably makes a bit more sense.
Awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool. It also looks like they're not going to have a cap on the leveling either. It's going to be Diablo-esque style, where you can literally go to like infinity levels, almost like their Paragon system, depending on how high you level up. But the way it will work is that as you level up, you'll actually get sort of loot drops where like there's chests that open up and give you random items. And
you're going to love this, Jamie. You're going to love it.
It's going to be great. So in Overwatch, all of those random items are going to be aesthetic based, not anything that actually helps you in gameplay. So it's going to be new emotes. It's going to be sort of dances, gestures, movements, skins, costumes, accessories, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget
new shoes.
New shoes, yeah, exactly. But like a lot of the pictures they've shown for this stuff, it looks really good. Like it's not just token items that look okay, but just like whatever. These ones actually look like they've had a bit of craft considered with their design, and they kind of change the way the character's appearance works completely in a lot of cases. So, and it looks like it is random too, and they are going to have different rarity levels of items, very similar to how Hearthstone card rarities work as well. So they have the common,
it's the
rare
Blizzard system,
the epic, and the legendary.
Not the Hearthstone system, Luke. The Blizzard system.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. Its own system. Anyway, so yeah. So it's all looking really good. And
a new Hearthstone card back is being released, as well as a new Overwatch character for Heroes of the Storm.
Yep.
So
I'm sure that'll be the first of many.
Cross-contamination between the lot is going deep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not a surprise.
No. Well, Blizzard's got their formula now. They've done it a few times with the cross-pollination between games. It works quite well. And, as Imogen and I can attest, a lot of people who play Blizzard games tend to play several Blizzard games, so it tends to work really well.
Not unreasonable.
Yep. It's the BattleNet ecosystem that they've cultivated very well. Very well. Yep. That's really, really exciting. So in other sort of stuff coming up for release, we've also got the Doom release date has been confirmed.
Yay!
So confirmed for May 13th.
Blow stuff up already. God damn it.
That's for the E3 conference.
Yeah, that's
which
an
means
interesting
that's going to be something else.
So Bethesda are going to make some sort of big showing at E3, and given that Doom is out like a month beforehand, one can only speculate maybe it's going to be something else in addition to Doom, maybe new Elder Scrolls
Possibly
game.
Elder Scrolls-esque.
Possibly, yeah.
People are
Look at you
rapidly
learning,
speculating.
Luke.
Yep.
Look at you learning Elder Scrolls, not Skyrim. Good job.
Or it could be one of those weird sort of old school racing games they used to do, the Formula One sort of series, Bethesda.
Oh, God, I hope not.
No, I don't think so either.
Please, no. Fallout 2. Fallout again.
Well,
I'm actually really tempted by the collector's edition of this. I want to see what the demon statue will look like.
It looks really cool. Yeah.
Is there a picture of it?
I believe so, yeah.
I couldn't find one.
No, not sure. Did you guys see that Conan O'Brien did a Clueless Gamer segment with the new Doom as well? It was a Super Bowl themed one.
Oh, I don't know about those reviews anyway.
Oh, well, they're not really reviews. They're purely for entertainment purposes. They don't really dig into the game mechanics in any great detail at all. It was kind of amusing. It was a weird one though, but yeah.
I have to say, watching the trailer of Doom at PAX Australia that close to that giant screen, goosebumps. I was just in awe. I just remember going, oh, that's so cool.
All those finishing moves.
When the little demon hands come out and he's transporting all over the place, just blowing people up from above. Yeah, get me in that game.
I think the good thing for us...
the statue.
Found it?
Yep.
I will be getting it.
Nice. I think the good thing for us too is that, like, given that there's a couple of shooters that we're potentially looking at with Doom and Overwatch, the games are going to be significantly different in the way they play, where Doom's going to be more of a run around and just, inflict mass carnage upon everything, whereas Overwatch...
shooter.
Yeah, exactly. Overwatch will be a lot more tactical in the way that each character has a completely different way of operating, so... yeah, it'll be good.
Oh, so many games to play.
I'm quite excited for Doom.
Keep adding to the list. So a couple of quickies. Rocket League is released on Xbox One
About
next
time.
week. Yep.
No cross-platform compatibility.
No.
But that's just Xbox.
Yep. One day we'll live in a world where that's a possibility for most games. Yeah.
I dream of this world. Then I don't have to play everything on computer. Oh, that'd be so nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or you could play everything on computer. Oh.
That's true.
Oh, I'm not comfortable. It's not comfortable.
Division beta is open next week. So for peeps who are keen on the Division, I must admit my desire for Division has cooled slightly in the last couple of weeks.
I'm glad they're opening the beta so that I can give it a try. I've decided, based on what everyone said, I really think I should have a go of the game before I buy it.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun, but it's no longer sort of sitting at the top of my list like it was before. I think, it looks good. It doesn't look like it's going to be one of the big highlights of the first half of the year that I thought it was going to be, but we'll see. Still looks like it's going to be fun. So
tainted your expectations.
Yeah, possibly. Like, I don't know. I think the biggest thing for me with the Division is it's looking more and more like the biggest focus is going to be on the online multiplayer, and I kind of expected that all along, but then I kind of get reminded of the fact that that's not usually my first choice of kind of game. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. A weird one out of left field. We got some information during the week about Titanfall 2 being in the works. So who out of us actually played the original Titanfall?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you find that game?
Very repetitive.
Yeah. I had a bit of fun and then picked up another game to play and never went back.
Yeah.
Because there was just nothing drawing me back.
It's not it doesn't have a lot of longevity in it.
No, that's what I found too. And I think Titanfall, the original Titanfall, was the game that basically taught me that I'm not an online multiplayer exclusive game kind of guy.
That and the pistol was broken in half.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But Titanfall 2 apparently is going to have a robust single-player campaign. And,
shit. Sorry, what?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's bolted on or it's actually a key part of the core design. But also, even more weirdly, they're actually looking at doing a TV spin-off for it. What?
This is so bizarre.
I didn't think it was popular enough for that.
Me neither. So
that makes very little sense to me. But look,
it concerns me that maybe they're looking at doing the TV angle to build popularity for the game because it wouldn't do as well on its own.
That would be very hard to persuade a producer to do, though. Just to get the investment, there's got to be something more solid behind it.
Yeah. Well, if they went, we're going to make a Skyrim TV show, then people would be like, yes, that's a seller.
Well, if you think about it, it's not too dissimilar from the model of a lot of kids' shows these days where they're basically like a loose marketing ploy to sell a line of toys.
Yeah, but the demographic, your targeted market is different. It's different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Again, like any TV show, if you've got solid dialogue and characters, it might be something to it because the idea of it's really interesting, and if they can do the CGI, great. But, it'll be a wait and see kind of thing.
Possibly. I mean, I didn't hate the setting for Titanfall. I thought they could have done some really cool stuff with it. Just was a little bit undercooked the first time around.
The setting and the environments were very nicely done. I will not fault them. and the actual design of the Titans was really nice. But I don't know. The game just got very samey very quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. And last on the list, we had some news that Amazon, of all things, have actually rolled out a new games development engine called Lumberyard. So I don't know about you guys, but when this first got announced, my first thought was Amazon is doing video games now? What the hell?
Everybody wants in. Yeah.
The company that the company that was somewhat responsible for killing the brick and mortar bookstore is now opening brick and mortar bookstores. So who knows?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. So, I mean, it'll join the ranks of some of the other well-known sort of games dev engines out there, the Unity engine, being like a source for...
The Unreal 4 engine.
Yeah, Unreal 4 is another big one. So devs will be able to use that at relatively low financial commitment up front and develop games. And, it'll potentially have some good infrastructure support by linking directly to Twitch. One of the things that they were saying, which struck me as quite interesting, is that one of the interactions that they're building in with particularly the Twitch link is it's going to enable that direct feedback into the game engine itself, similar to what's been happening in the last year or two with a lot of the Twitch plays. So people can actually, interact in chat to control functions in game, and that's part of the developer toolset, which is kind of cool. I think there's a bit they could do with that, but I don't know, just interesting out of nowhere.
We'll see if it adds to our pool of indie games.
That's it.
Coming out.
It'll take maybe a couple of big titles to get it enough attention and get people really utilising it. But we'll see what happens. Could be good.
Big company, lots of money.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Amazon have got a fairly large war chest, so what they choose to do with it will be anyone's guess.
And Imogen does need more indie games to play.
It's true. My list is getting very small.
That's right. Better stock you up with some more to distract you from your studies. That's what we need to do. Yeah. All right, Ollie, let's talk XCOM or XCOM 2.
It's a good game.
World
Play
where
it.
XCOM got a sequel. All right, go.
Okay. XCOM, it's a good game. Play it. The end.
Sweet.
All right, show's over. See you next time.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah.
No, shut up. It's a good game. Go back under your rock.
Don't worry, Rock. He doesn't mean it.
Jamie gets participation award. Well done.
Who here has actually played the last XCOM game? So XCOM.
Me.
Yep. Ollie? So
yes.
You played it?
Yes.
What can you say about XCOM and your experience with the franchise in general?
It is a sci-fi, tactical, and strategic turn-based game.
Mm-hmm. All right. So tactical in that you actually need to make decisions in a combat environment that impacts...
On a squad-based level.
On a squad-based level, and strategic in that there's a large economic engine that drives the mission deployments and the overall end game.
A global scale with resource management and base building.
Yep. So the last XCOM game was pretty much all about humanity repelling a alien invasion, whereas the new XCOM 2 basically makes the assumption that you screwed the pooch and lost the last campaign. Yeah. Yeah, which is not too much of a stretch considering how freaking hard it was. So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it can be an unforgiving game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is a game, though, that is very forgiving in the way that it utilizes your game save files. So you can literally cheat the hell out of it and just reload every time you screw something up. So it's an interesting feature.
I am finding, from an outsider's perspective, like when this game was described to me, I was like, yes, this sounds like my type of game. And then I watched a couple of trailers and went, maybe not. It's a little bit too in depth for me. But I really enjoy listening to all of you guys about your squads and your makeup of your squads.
Can I just say this? Did you watch trailers for the original XCOM, like the reboot, or the XCOM 2?
XCOM 2.
Okay, because XCOM 2 is a lot more streamlined than XCOM 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're going to try one of them, try XCOM 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
would be my recommendation.
Good intel.
And you don't need to play the last one to understand what's going on story-wise either.
Correct.
Yep.
Or even game or ability-wise.
No.
So explain to us how you guys have set up your squads, because I feel like this is not a unique thing that people are doing.
All right, I'll go first on this one.
Sure.
All right, so one of the cool things about XCOM is that you sort of over time build up a pool of operatives, and those operatives all sort of start out as rookies, and as they earn a bit of experience in combats and level up, they gain different classes. And I'm pretty sure that the class that they gain is randomly determined, but you sort of do end up with a good mix across 4 different classes, and then a 5th one later when you unlock it. So the different classes, you've got Sharpshooter, which is basically a sniper class, so ranged damage sort of dealer. You've got your Grenadier, which is kind of like your heavy weapons class. You have your Specialist, which is basically your tech class. So they're usually got a higher skill in hacking, and they have a little automated drone that follows them around called a gremlin.
Can also be good medics.
Yep, absolutely. Because the gremlin can be loaded up with medic functionality as well, so it can fly off and heal people, which is really, really handy because you need to heal people quite a bit. And last but not least, you've got Ranger. So Ranger is more of a close range damage dealer, which usually has a shotgun and a sword, so you can actually attack things in close combat as well. So the way that it works is that each of the members of your squad sort of starts off randomly generated, and you pretty much will, because this is one of the big appeals of the game, I find. You can go in and customize their name, background, gender, appearance, loadout, basically everything. I think the only thing that kind of becomes fixed is their general class after they level up from rookie. But you can kind of wait until they level up and then go and customize them. So if you want to create a particular kind of character, you can. So as what happens with most games of this nature, you tend to go in and basically create all of your friends in game form. So that's exactly what
I continued the tradition.
We did, yeah. and almost every single one of our friends has done as well. So it's been really cool. So, all right. So you guys just want to hear about you, really, don't you?
Yeah. I want to know what I'm doing.
Yep. All right. So I'll start off with Ollie's character. Ollie's one's quite easy. So Ollie was one of the first. No, you're still alive. Yeah.
Woohoo! Winning.
So Ollie was one of the first rangers that I unlocked. So as soon as a male character leveled up to ranger, I basically turned it into Ollie, which is quite easy. Basically, just removed the hair, and it was almost done.
One Punch Man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, Ollie's character has actually been one of the less exciting ones in my team, not because of any particular reason other than the fact that you've just been really, really lucky and not taken a single hit.
Yeah.
So, but by the same token, you haven't actually done a lot either.
Yeah.
Good job.
So, yeah.
Earning that paycheck.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you've had a couple of, close-up, blasts that have taken down different aliens and stuff, but I think you've leveled up twice, but compared to some of the other characters, you haven't been advancing quite as quickly because you always seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, yeah. But you're not dead yet. So
I blame poor leadership.
Yeah. Now, Jam, your character I actually made into you before the class got determined, so it was kind of random what you ended up as, and you ended up as Ranger as well.
Sweet.
Now, the big difference between your character and Ollie's is with Ollie's, I've gone for more of a close-up damage dealer, whereas with yours, Jam, you're more stealthy. You're kind of like a bit of a ninja ranger. So
wicked.
Accurate.
Yeah. You make better use of staying hidden even after the rest of the squad gets revealed, so you can sort of get into position and do stacks of damage. Now, your thing has been, I don't think there's been a single mission that I've taken your character on where you haven't thrown at least 2 grenades. So you are
Granada.
You are the Grenadier Ranger, basically.
That's unusual.
Yeah, it's been really weird. But it sort of fits with the character in a way because, the Rangers do get up quite close. So being able to lob a grenade up into the enemy at close range is actually quite a handy thing to do. So that's been really good. Interesting note on the grenades. So most of the baseline enemy troopers that you come up against, which are humanoid aliens basically, have 3 health bars on them, like 3 health pips. Grenades do exactly 3. So it's really handy to take out the grunts with like a single grenade, and it's kind of like an auto sort of kill because it always does 3 points of damage. I have found out since then that apparently on the one up from normal difficulty mode for the game, it actually raises their health bar to 4. So that would make a massive difference in terms of how you play the games, because not being able to grenade some of these guys in one go would really change things.
As someone who is playing on that difficulty, I will tell you, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, I mean, knowing that you are going to be able to lob a grenade at something and kill it no matter what is a really important thing to be able to do in this game. If you can't do that, shit gets really dangerous really fast. So, because it's pretty unforgiving. Yeah, exactly.
Squad.
Now, Imogen, yours has been quite interesting. So, all right, I'm on to the fourth Imogen.
Oh, shit. Do you call them version 4, like Imo V4?
Well, see,
because that'd be amazing.
I kind of made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to save cheat like too often, and I've done it a couple of times when I've had like complete squad wipes. But yeah, like I've had some really successful missions where like literally the only thing that's happened is Imogen's character's gone down. And
yeah, well, that seems accurate though, right?
Aww. Does it?
Well, did I die a lot? Yeah. In video games. Video games.
I was about to say, Revenant Imogen over here.
Yeah. But like, Ollie, you know how down in the bar in your alien spaceship, which is basically your base of operations, you have like a wall of honor with all of the fallen soldiers that have been
just my
memorialized.
Face.
Yeah, there's basically 3 pictures of just Imogen. So you were virtually the if you were to go out the back of the Simpsons house and see the little gravestones for Snowball and Snowball 2, that's kind of what's happening.
It's Mimo
with
1, Mimo 2.
It has been 5 days since our last Imogen death.
Do you guys remember Mimo 5?
I haven't numbered them. Like I've literally just called each one Imogen. So it's just been Mimo.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, and every single time it's been the same character, same loadout, same look, everything like that. So I've just got like a vat of clones somewhere on the ship.
Damn, that's not pushing all creepy.
So ways that you've died.
I am the meat shield. Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Ways that you've died include the very first time that you died, you got caught in another character's grenade. I kind of did that a little close.
I imagine.
So they threw it on. I went, I got it.
No. What actually happened is the grenade sort of exploded next to a car, and then the car blew up and killed you. So yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Was not real good. Second time was pretty unexciting. You just took a blast to the face with a gun, so that kind of worked out badly.
Well, I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah. Third time you got constricted to death by a alien Naga, so it's like these big snake-like aliens that just crush people to death. They're really freaking nasty because they've got like this tongue attack where they grab someone from like
the Vipers.
Yeah, Vipers, is that what they're called?
Yeah, Vipers. Yeah.
So they flick out their tongue at one of your characters, and it's almost like an entire screen away. They grab hold of you and they lasso you and drag you in like Mortal Kombat Scorpion style, and then just wrap their snake body around you and crush you to death.
Here.
So yeah, you lose 2 points each turn unless one of your other characters basically can distract the alien by shooting at it, and then it lets you go. But you were on like 2 points when you got grabbed. So. And the most recent occasion was last night, where basically you dissolved in acid. So that was a pretty bad way to go.
Well, that's a cleaner way to die, you know.
Well,
there's no mess.
Yeah, no fuss.
No coffin.
A bit of mess.
No coffin required. It's a scoop, like an ice cream scoop.
But no, it's been cool. Star performers of my squad so far are definitely Jam, your sister. So
go, Kate.
Yeah, Kate's been absolutely kicking ass. She's probably my prize sharpshooter, with Dave coming right up behind.
She's doing super well in Dave's campaign as well. So
she's got all the upgrades and just like nailing things, one-shot kills like almost every time. It's been really good. And Anthony as well, your brother-in-law, has been ripping it up as probably my best grenadier actually. So he just gets into a combat and starts firing from long distance and just shredding dudes. It's been really, really good. So I think he may actually be point for point my most experienced crew member out of everybody. So now the fifth class, which I have only just unlocked, is the psionic class. You actually need to capture a particular breed of alien corpse and basically autopsy it before you get the capacity to build psionic operatives. There's like a type of training room that you need to build to unlock that. So there's a few characters in our group of friends that I haven't leveled up yet, which are probably going to be psionic operators, which will be cool. And they'll get to use psychic powers in battle. And if the psychic powers are half as powerful as the freaking aliens ones are, it's going to be awesome. So Oh my god, the alien psychers are annoying as hell. They've got abilities like mind control, which basically just takes over your character, and you basically got two choices there. You can try and kill the alien while it's mind controlling you, which is not always hard to do, not always easy to do because they're quite a way away. It's a long range power. Or you can try and kill the character that's just been mind controlled, which is now shooting at you, which is your own fighter, basically. So it's kind of a lose situation if you do that, because you're going to lose your character if you have to shoot them in the head to stop them from shooting the rest of your soldiers in the head. So yeah, not real good. They're also real good at panicking your characters too, so they can use their psychic abilities just to, panic or stun you. And they have like a psionic blast, which is like a one-shot laser that basically, almost everything I've ever had that's been hit by that has just been one-shot killed. So yeah, kind of worrying. But the rest of the game's really, really cool. The 3D environment's used really well. Use of cover is excellent. There's an Overwatch ability which forms a key part of how you interact in each scenario. So you can basically... each fighter in your team sort of generally has 2 action points you can spend during the turn. So you can move a short distance and still be able to fire your gun or go into Overwatch or reload, or you can move like a longer range and then you don't get any other further actions, but allows you to, leg it quickly to get out of danger or to, clear the other side of the map. So what tends to happen is when you alert the enemy of your presence, they get to act immediately. So ideally what you want to do is move a bunch of dudes up, put them in Overwatch, and then move one person forward to trigger the enemy. And while you're on Overwatch, basically if any enemy move within your range of vision, you get to react instantly and shoot at them. So it's kind of like getting everybody ready, training their guns on the hornet's nest, kicking the hornet's nest, then shooting the hornets before they sting you, essentially. So... yeah, good strategy. And you can kind of, replicate that when you're going and bashing down doors and things. Like you can put 2 dudes on either side of the door, have one move up, open the door, and then as soon as aliens are seen on the other side, you get to take a pot shot at them before they, really pose a threat to you. Yep, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's been really cool. So how's your team doing, Ollie? What's the highlights?
My composition. I have Jamie as a sharpshooter, and she's been going quite swell at that. Imogen has been my healer specialist, so I've made my specialist, rather than being like a hacker super pro, has been more of a healer super pro with smoke grenades and whatnot. So she smoke grenades where the wounded peoples are so the enemy can't shoot them as well. And then she runs over and desperately medics them.
Medics.
Yes, that's your tagline. I've got our friend Dave as my grenadier mans, and I discovered very on that grenadiers are very good at getting through armor. And I discovered AP rounds really early on.
Oh, yeah.
The game gives you random ammo sometimes. And so, yeah, armor is non-existent for this guy. It's brilliant.
Have you started coming up against some of the enemies that actually require you to be able to shred armor to do damage to them? Yeah.
So Dave's doing quite well.
Yeah.
And Luke, you're my hacker specialist.
Yeah, boy.
So you're the only one that's actually been badly wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Everyone, I've yet to lose, and I've yet to have someone killed. I've had a few injuries, but you've been by far the worst wounded. Your face is all like Admiral Adama now.
Yeah, that's all right. I can take a few hits. I can hack it.
So yeah, I want to actually talk about the difference in the previous game, like what they've sort of changed up between games.
Sure.
So if anyone's familiar with the original XCOM, this is a very different feel to the original XCOM. So the previous XCOM actually, unfortunately, had a bit of the same sort of pattern to missions. Did you play the previous one, Luke?
Yeah, I played it on iPad, actually. The iPad port, I haven't gotten the whole way through it. I've only played sort of probably about a third of the way through. The iPad port is really good, like really, really good. I'd highly recommend it. Quality comparison to the PC version is very close, which is quite remarkable for an iPad game.
So yeah, the previous XCOM, the missions followed the same sort of pattern where you'd be really sort of tense because you're not sure where the enemy is, sort of tense, and you discover where the enemy is and you have your battle, and that's really some hairy moments, and then you get that lull where you're just cleaning up the map because then you need to retrieve all the corpses and whatnot. Now, because the aliens are in charge, you have the lull of you setting up your ambush and you're like, oh yeah, whatever, doop-a-doop-a-doop, let's go around, get to the points we want to. Then you have the build-up when you're having your fight. And then it gets tense again because you have to extract your men.
Yeah.
And then every mission has a timer. And that makes things even tenser. You're like, oh, I've only got 4 turns and the other side of the map is quite far away.
It's not just the missions that have the timer either. There's actually like a doomsday clock that goes throughout the entire campaign, which gives you that sense of stress and pressure also, which I thought was quite cool.
And on that note, it really makes the game feel very different, and I enjoy that a lot, because rather than it going spike in the middle, lull at the end, that it just keeps building up the tension towards the end of missions, because it is no longer, I killed the last alien, I'm done. It's, I've got the VIP, or I've got the materials I need, I now need to get the hell out.
Well, this guy can't get also get reinforcements that drop in often as well, which makes things a bit hairy.
And not getting a guy to an extraction point is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, get to the chopper, or in our case, get to the helicarrier, because you have a helicarrier like shield. It's really cool. So I really like that change. I think it's a good change as far as missions are concerned. The other thing, actually, different missions is nice, because now you can stealth in. There's VIP missions, there's material missions. So I actually really like the VIPs being named. So rather than it's just VIP generic 1345, it's, this is John. John is an engineer. John is going to make cool power armored suits for you. When you rescue him, you're like, yes, John, come work for me. So it's actually really nice. So that's a nice little touch. Making them actual people is very cool. Streamlining the base building was massive. So rather than being in this big sprawling anthill of infinity rooms, you're now in just a little 3x4 grid of rooms, and it's made life a lot easier.
Yeah.
In that regard. So, and it is very, it's kind of like Fallout Shelter in the regards that you have to go, well, I've only got 3 engineers, and if I put one here to do this and work on that, and one here to work on that, where's the third one going to go and be useful?
One of the things I appreciated about that, though, was that as you clear each of those rooms for use later, because you're basically clearing out the insides of an alien spaceship, it actually gives you resources as you do it, because you're clearing out alien tech that can be used. So that was quite cool.
Actually, on that note, one thing with armor in particular, they've slightly changed how armor works, which is a really good change. But unlike the previous game where you go, I've made a flak jacket. Okay, cool. I've made my power armored suit. Okay, cool. You only have one of those. In this game, if you go, I've made flak jackets, your whole squad has access to flak jackets now. It's not, have you seen Sue? Sue has my power armor. I need it for this mission. Bollocks.
And there's an option too where you can actually set all of your characters to remove their armor and or weapons sort of before each mission too, so they're all back in the pool as opposed to having to go back into previous characters and remove them.
Yeah, so. And this bit will be a bit random. So one thing I really like in particular with hacking, hacking works with the same random number generator as shooting does, which is really cool because it makes life a lot simpler. But hacking also, I find, helps integrate the strategic and the tactical level of the game. Whereas in the previous game, they were two very separate entities. So you had your tactical side, and you're like, yep, cool, that's done. And you had your strategic side. They didn't really intermingle very much, despite obviously affecting each other. Whereas now with the hacking involvement, I find that they sort of intermingle a bit more, which is a lot nicer. They don't feel like two different games at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, the hacking's cool because, when you get the thing that flashes up on screen showing your percentage chance of success of actually hacking the device that you're going after, and that device could be doors, it could be, data terminals, it could be like there's these sensor arrays that are kind of like the aliens, security cameras that, alert them to your presence if you don't disable them first and that kind of thing. When you go and hack these things, not only does it show you your chance of success, but there's also a couple of different bonuses that you can select from as well, which have like an additional level of difficulty. And if you select one and manage to beat it, then you get additional bonuses or advantages, usually at a campaign level as opposed to just the mission level.
Risking it for that biscuit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, advanced intel about upcoming missions or, resource locations, things like that. It's really, really cool.
So the other thing, and this is hark back to the original XCOM. So unfortunately, this reference only people that have played the original XCOM will probably get, and it's a really big game fix, actually. It's not, you don't just no longer build satellites to win the game. So the previous game, if you just focus on satellites and building them satellites, you were good. You were good. Now, not so much, which I like. It was a very necessary fix, and they've done that.
Was it easy to win the previous game?
If you spam satellites, it kind of unbalanced the game a little bit.
That makes it interesting that they started off this game with the automatic assumption that you didn't win. Almost like they're like, well, we know that you fuckers figured it out, so we'll just make you fail anyway.
Well, I haven't played through the story to its conclusion for the last XCOM, but from what I've heard, apparently the end game sort of narrative indicates that you kind of win but don't win anyway as humanity.
So very Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah. So that might be part of where the story kind of picks up. Yeah.
What else did we have? Ooh, the choice in this game are really good. I really like how they've done choices in this game. So you have something called dark events, which is basically in 3 weeks' time, you're going to have a horrible mission. In fact, scrap that. Here are 4 bad things that will happen in the next 2 weeks. You can do one mission to stop one of these. Choose wisely. And you're like, oh, you guys suck.
Yeah.
So the game is very cool in that regard, and that it forces you to make hard decisions. It's not just have your cake and eat your power armor at the same time. So I do like that.
Good with the choice of missions that sort of pop up ongoing as well that are driven by your actions on the global map. You definitely have a feeling that unlike other games of its nature, it's not just a case of you have to complete everything that pops up in whatever order you choose. With this one, there's often like a countdown timer for different events that happen. If you don't go in and actually complete a mission that's available to you when it's available, you lose the opportunity and it doesn't come back again.
And sometimes stuff will escalate off that.
Exactly, yeah. And the whole time, it may not actually be in your best interest to jump on every single mission opportunity that pops up because, as I mentioned before, there is actually like an overall doomsday clock timer. Like there's an event that's sort of ongoing, like the aliens are researching a technology that basically is going to spell the end for humanity. And you can see that sort of progressing across the top of the screen in the main world map. If you let that go too far, you basically lose outright, and that's like game over, start the campaign again kind of situation. You can set that clock back by completing certain high-risk missions around sort of disabling some of their key facilities. But if you leave it too long, you don't leave yourself enough time to actually, gain enough ground, and you're screwed. So you got to be real conscious about how long it's taking to get to those points, and you can't do too much detouring before then.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What was the other big change I liked? Oh, this one I think you probably appreciate as well. Less likely for characters to just be one shot due to jammy critical hits.
Not that it hasn't happened a bunch of times, but yeah.
Let me rephrase. It's less likely. It's more. It's not just because they've rolled a critical hit and they've obliterated your man. It's they've outflanked you in a good position and they've pumped a couple of shots into you, sort of thing. Like it's more attrition rather than just one sort of your head explodes. Yeah. Like cool. There goes my awesome character, and no chance of healing that. Not even Imogen can fix this one.
One thing I have noticed, and I don't know if you picked this up as well, with some of the random number generating like engine stuff in the game, is, and I noticed this when I did reload a couple of missions that ended in absolute like disaster. The positions that you take shots from at various different aliens, when I went back and took the exact same shots from the exact same positions, I found that the game actually gave me the exact same outcome in terms of like the hit and the damage that was caused, almost like the chance of success was locked in place before I took the shot based on where and when I was doing it from. So it wasn't actually generating it on the fly on each instance.
It could be that. It also could be that because of those variables, it has such a high percentile chance of working out that way that it pretty much will 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think it was that. I think it was actually locked in because it was literally like repeatedly the exact same outcome to the point with a lot of different variables involved. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. It meant that I
can't say I've abused that mechanism very much. So
I've deliberately not, and even more so after realizing that was the case. It kind of took a bit of the fun away from me because it wasn't, a chance thing anymore. You kind of were absolutely certain of the outcome, and if that is true, you could, in theory, go back and completely strategize the mission and take only every single action results in the exact right outcome that you want. But that would take away all the fun. Like, it would just be ridiculous. So, yeah. would never want to do that.
What else do I like? Random drops and random ammo given. I like that. So the game actually will put down random drops of materials, and will also put down. It'll randomize the order you get ammo given at, and by ammo I mean specialist types of ammo, not just ordinary ammo. So that was really nice. And also they've streamlined researching. So rather than going, your engineers will spend 3 weeks on this, you can't research anything else in the meantime. You're like, oh, great. Now you can spend something called, where did I wrote down, Illyrium cores, and they help you. So your guy can research something, and you can then use your Illyrium cores to unlock other stuff. Which I found really, really useful. And it stops that research bloat, basically. So that was really nice. And what was the other one? Ooh, I discovered something actually the other day. So with your rookies, everyone's like a baby-faced rookie, and it's very cool. And unlike the previous XCOM, because you, as Luke mentioned, you can customize your characters. So rather than just going their name and a skill set, as in the previous XCOM, now that they're actual individual people, you get a bit more attached to them. It's good. But they all start off as baby-faced, like, yay, we're going to kill some aliens. And Luke, unfortunately, when he got horribly wounded, he got horribly scarred as well. So he was taken out for a little while. And this was actually a really cool feature because what you got is a condition called shaken. So you were actually a little bit scared for a little while. But then I did a couple of missions and I didn't get you like too hurt or anything, and you actually killed a couple of guys, and you actually got a willpower bonus. So you were no longer shaken. You actually, stared in the eyes of death and poked in the eyes and asked for a packet of chips.
I was stirred.
And so you were actually like more determined now. You were the grizzled old grunt that had seen some stuff and some things and some aliens. And compared to the baby-faced rookies that had come in, you're like, It was actually a really neat mechanic, I thought.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Overall, I give it my thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. You can't see them. They're up. My thumbs are up.
One for each XCOM.
Yes.
2 thumbs. Nice.
But yeah, this is a much better game, in my opinion, than XCOM, the previous XCOM. It's much more streamlined. The game flows better. They've basically taken everything good of the game, polished it up a bit, then taken everything bad of the game and sort of sandblasted it away and then polished it.
Nice.
It's really nice.
Story's kind of cool too. I mean, it's very American-style military alien invasion. There's a lot of common tropes being used. The alien regime is very, communist Soviet military-esque in the way that they appear. But there's enough weirdness in there with some of the psionic stuff and the different breeds of aliens to keep things interesting, and the way they function in game is really cool too. So no idea how the story's going to pan out. It looks like there's going to be a good number of hours before completing it though. So I would definitely echo your thumbs up, Ollie. I think it's worth the investment. For the price you pay, you get a fair bit of really good game out of it. So
and there'll be good replayability to it as well because of the randomness of a lot of elements in there.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Cool. So, ladies, we'll keep you apprised as to how you go.
Jamie, wake up.
Yeah.
It's very late.
Mimo, I think we'll probably, have at least another bucket of clones on standby just in case things continue on the same theme that they have been.
Clone 11.
Very prolific genes, guys. Just clone me up.
Nice. All right. So we should probably wrap it there because we've had a good long chat tonight. So we're looking forward to the week ahead. What's everyone got on their plate game-wise? Jan, what are you going to be doing? Finishing up The Witness?
Yes, and some more Unravel, and hopefully a little more Rust.
Nice. Yeah, you don't want to leave that one too long. Because
shut up.
You know what I'm going to say. Anyway.
So much hate.
Ollie, what about you?
I'll be continuing some Secret World, probably some GTA, and then I'll get the joy of downloading my Steam library again.
Oh.
When I get a new computer, which is always fun.
Yep, fun
But
times.
it's a necessary evil.
You're on a higher speed internet now, so that should be fine. Won't take you too long.
Oh yeah, it'll be like a couple of evenings when I'm in bed. Oh no, how terrible sort of thing.
Yep, exactly. And you are also going to be doing something on the weekend, the same as me, which is spending Valentine's Day in the only appropriate way possible, which is going and seeing Deadpool with your significant other.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to see it tomorrow night.
Nice.
Woo!
Imogen, what have you got on?
Other than study, I I suspect I will play more of Tomb Raider and sort of gauge into that, because that gets me away from my computer and my study rather than switching just to computer games, which are on the same thing I've been staring at for hours on end. So
This just in, Xbox games are not computer games.
Nice. Still a good diversion from the studies. I'm tempted to pick up a new little game that's popped up this week called Firewatch. It's apparently not a particularly long game, a good narrative, a story-based decision tree-driven model similar to Life is Strange and some of the other ones we played recently, but it's looking kind of intriguing, so I might check that out, had a bit of a look, and probably get back to The Witness as well and tackle some more of those puzzles. Cause,
you got to keep up with Jamie. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't want to compete unless I'm assured of victory in that case.
Just play it for the sake of playing it. It's just amazing.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have to do that. All right, well, let's leave it there. Everyone have a great time. We'll come back and chat to you again in a week. Check us on the usual locations. So head to the main show blog at partyloaded.com, on Twitter at partyloadedshow, on Facebook, facebook.com/partyloaded. And you can also check us out on Steam now. We have a Steam group, so you're more than welcome to come on in, jump on and join up. It'll be a place where you can basically see what we've been playing. We're actually getting involved in some multiplayer stuff. Maybe you'll be able to challenge us to a game. So
wait a minute, they'll be able to see what I play?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I will join
delete Hatterful Boyfriend.
Yeah.
All
sweet.
120 hours of it.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, well, until next time, bye.
Bye.
The Party Loaded podcast is a Channel Endgame production. For this and more great gaming content, bookmark channelendgame.com.